Hey guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to my channel. And episode 65 of Hero Academia is out, or better yet, well, season 4, episode 2. And this is the first canon episode of the season. You know, episode 1 was a filler. So for this episode, things are actually like laying out for the season. Things are like setting up. You see like what's about to happen. So the episode opens up with Midoriya trying to call Gran Torino because the work studies is happening, and obviously Gran Torino was the only one who requested Deku after the sports festival, and he's the only one who he worked under. So he's trying to go back to work under Gran Torino, but obviously that can't happen because Gran Torino is too busy with police work trying to find the League of Villains. It already showing you that now Deku has to go and look for someone else to train under for the work studies. So cutting across the League of Villains, we see that Twice brings Overhaul to meet Shigaraki and the rest of them, and Overhaul says something pretty important. He says that both All Might and All For One is out on both sides, so now neither the heroes nor the villains have a leader, right? This is setting up for the season because from here on out we're going to see conflict with like who's going to be the leader. Overhaul wants to work with the League of Villains because he wants their name, he wants their popularity in order to like help his plan, because he needs money for his plans. But he wants to be the leader, and that can't work with Shigaraki because obviously Shigaraki wants to be the leader because that's what he's been training for, in a sense. Like that's what All For One wanted him to be. He's All For One's successor. So even if they do try to work together in the future, they're obviously not going to get along 100% because they both want to be leaders. Then we see Magni, I can't pronounce her name, but like yeah, she basically tries to attack Overhaul, and I was just like, why? Like, I don't know why she do that for. Even when I was reading the manga, I was like, there was sis, they was trying to have a normal, there was like just having a conversation. You had like no right to just dive in there and start to attack, because first off, you couldn't even, like, she couldn't even defeat the Pussycat Dolls back in season 3, and she knew their quirks and everything. Like, now you have this Overhaul person who Shigaraki tell you about, who All For One told Shigaraki about. You don't know the quirk, you don't know how powerful it is, you don't know how old it is, you don't know nothing, and you just go on to attack them. Like, they didn't even attack first. Like, Overhaul was just there chilling and talking, and you just like, okay, technically it's self-defense on Overhaul's part, but like, what she expect to happen? Like, we been knew she was gonna die. Plus, she just had this intense flashback with Bubbles in the middle of her attack. Like, from the time I see that, I was just like, alright, yeah, that is it for she. Like, it made no sense. But, and because of that, her death didn't really affect me. Like, I didn't feel like, oh no, Magni is dead, she's dead. Like, but what did affect me though was the League of Villains reaction to her death. Like, we see Toga and Twice was like really affected. Shigaraki didn't say much, but you know, he was kind of, you know, feeling that kind of way too. You see Compress rushed in after, so obviously he was feeling that kind of way too. But I did like it though, because I think this is like the first death in the anime. I think like this is the first like on-screen death in the anime, or at the very least the first like graphic death in the anime. Like, she like died and exploded. Like, before you just see all the bubbles, like when Overhaul touched the scratched or whatever, you see like the skin bubbled and then exploded, and it had all the blood everywhere. Obviously it's not as graphic as like other anime, but you know, this is the first time we see an Overhaul quirk in action as well. And this is episode 2, right? And she done dead already, so obviously you don't know it's gonna have at least 2 or 3 more deaths for this season. Just you could at least count on that though. Like, this episode 2, Gil just explode just so you don't know something gonna happen after that. So after she dies, you see Mr. Compress just jumps in there to like attack Overhaul, you know, to avenge her already, like, you know, the those stick. And this part where Shigaraki tells him to wait is important, because compared to his attitude, to Shigaraki's attitude to his comrades in like season 1 and season 2 and season 3, whatever, like before he wouldn't care, like he would have been happy with like any of them just jumping, you know, whatever. But like, he doesn't see them as pawns anymore. Like, they're now part of his team. And not only that, he's actually more mature, because even Shigaraki himself, if this was a previous season, Shigaraki probably would have been the first one to jump out and attack Overhaul. But of course, this is season 4. This is like they're like growing. It's one of the reasons why I love Hero Academia 4, because the same way Deku and the rest of them is growing, so is Shigaraki. He isn't going to make the same mistakes he made in season 1 and season 2 as compared to now. He's actually growing. And as Mr. Compress tries to use his cloak against Overhaul, you see a kind of like bullet thing fly past him and pierce him, and when he touched Overhaul, he couldn't use his cloak. Like, you actually hear him saying he couldn't activate his cloak. So you already realize that something caused him not to activate his cloak. We also had this like really gross scene where he touches Overhaul and Overhaul started to get these hives break out on his skin, and it just like looks like really cool and gross. So just like, but like at the same time, you know. So Mr. Compress loses his arm and Shigaraki tries to attack Overhaul, and you see a bullet fly past Shigaraki, and this time you see it from a different angle. Like, you see it's like pointed, or like there's a needle at the end. So it's not just about shooting you with a gun like that kid from season 3. There's actually something inside the needle that causes you to be unable to use your cloak. And just from that alone, you already know that that's going to be like a major problem for the rest of the season, because so far the only person in the anime who has the power of stopping you from using your cloak is Aizawa. But now, as in the case with Mr. Compress, he got shot by the bullet and now he can't use his cloak. So what's going to happen from there? So then we see Overhaul calls on one of his comrades who he calls Shield, and that Shield who just completely died. Like, he just died. He was there for like 2 seconds. We don't even know his name. He just died for Overhaul. And this is another important thing to notice, because it just shows you Overhaul's relationship with his companions. You're gonna see more of his reactions later on to know the full extent, but as you can already gather from everything that went on so far, Overhaul Overhaul doesn't care. He's just an asshole. Another one of his companions pulls out the actual gun from where he shot the bullets for, so he actually gets to confirm that it is a gun that is shooting the bullets, and it's not just normal bullets. There's actually something inside the bullets, and you're gonna see more of that for the anime later on. Then Overhaul just leaves. Overhaul just drops his business card and leaves, and he just I really love this part because it just reminds me how much of my whole video just got cut off mid-recording, but iPhone storage low. Anyway, I need to buy a camera, yes, whatever. But yeah, I really love this scene because it just reminds me how much of a dick Overhaul was, because you just come in, you just kill the whole man because he touched you. Imagine being so Gucci you had to kill somebody because they touched you, dog. Yeah, you kill him, take the next one arm, dip, leave your business card. But and it just gets worse from here on out. Like, this was just like what, like 5 minutes of Overhaul. Like, you have the whole season. It gets worse. So you also gotta pay attention to Twice and Toga's reaction to everything, and Shigaraki's reaction to them as well, as in how he stopped them. Like, he told Toga not to cut them. This again is growth from the League of Villains, right? So after all that drama, we cut back to the classroom where Aizawa tells the students that only agencies with good track records will be allowed to take in the first years, and Deku asks All Might to introduce him to Night Eye. So here we are introduced to problems concerning All Might for this season. And based on the opening where you see his whole running scene and everything, you already know All Might is going to have like a kind of emotional something for this season. So All Might has personal problems with Night Eye. Night Eye is his former sidekick, and right now they kind of have this type of broken relationship, something, because so as All Might said, there are reasons that make it hard for him to talk to Night Eye. And Professor Mike is there as comic relief, and it kind of plays off as a joke, but again, based on the mood and opening of the season, the drama between All Might and Night Eye is going to be very important. But despite all of this, All Might still wants Deku to go work with Night Eye, despite not being able to introduce him himself. So it's not to say like they stopped talking because Night Eye turned into a villain or something like that. Like, it's obviously some more in-depth reason, and he chooses to let Mirio introduce Deku to All Might to Night Eye instead. So then we see All Might, Deku, and Mirio talking, and towards the end of the meeting we see that All Might has this flashback with Principal Nezu, how they was talking about All Might choosing his successor, and Nezu was showing him possible candidates in the school, and All Might remembers the fact that if he hadn't met Midoriya, then Mirio would have been his successor instead. And even knowing this, seeing it in the anime gave me chills, because this is really important for this season. This is going to be brought up again, and as of right now, obviously neither Midoriya or Mirio know this. So far, all we know is that All Might and Principal Nezu knows this. So what is going to happen if one of them was to find out, or if someone else was to find out about this? So in the last two scenes, we get to see the students back at the dorms, and we see Bakugo and Todoroki heading towards their provisional license training, and straight up we're not gonna be seeing much of them for the rest of the season. We're probably just gonna be seeing like 1 or 2 scenes, but basically they're gonna be extras for this season. In fact, you're not gonna be seeing a lot of the students for this season, except for like the 4 who are going to play a major role in this arc, because like I said from my last video, they're going to be out of school and they're not going to be fighting students this season. If you do see the rest of the students, it'll be like short interactions or anime extra scenes like this. So for the last scene, we see Midoriya and Mirio reach the agency, Night Eye agency, and the episode ended with like him having this one job of to like make Night Eye laugh, and he like completely failed that job. Like he just made him angry instead, and the episode ended with that. So the next episode is basically going to be like, how is he going to like redeem himself from that? There's going to be like this test, as you see in the preview. What is he going to do to like show Night Eye that, hey, you had to accept me, dog, I want to be a hero, use a good agency, get with the timing. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.